The ICU has its own way of measuring time. It's counted in oxygen levels and nurse shifts, in the gentle squeeze of blood pressure cuffs and the rise and fall of a small chest under hospital blankets. My daughter's fever had climbed so fast the night before that I barely remember the drive. Only red lights, hazard lights, and her hand weak in mine. By morning, she was sedated and stable, but still fragile. Tubes where there should never be tubes. Machines doing work her body should have been able to do on its own. I sent one message to the family group chat at 3:12 a.m. She's in the ICU. They're watching for infection complications. I'll update when I know more. No one replied. I told myself they were sleeping. By noon, still nothing. I stared at the chat bubble like it might move. It didn't. At 4:07 p.m., my phone buzzed. Mom. Not a call, a message in the group chat. Your brother could really use $7,000 for his honeymoon. The resort payment is due tomorrow.
You doing well, right? For a moment, I thought I had read it wrong. The ICU lighting is harsh and makes everything look strange. I read it again. Above her message, my update about my daughter still had no reply. The difference was so clear, it almost felt cold. My brother had gotten married 2 weeks earlier, a wedding I had helped pay for. Venue deposit when he was short, catering balance when the costs went over. I hadn't complained. I rarely did. Family helps family. That's what I was taught to believe. I looked at my daughter's face. Pale, still. The monitor beside her beeped softly, steady but mechanical. I didn't type anything. Instead, I opened my banking app. There was a recurring transfer set for the first of every month, $2,000 to my parents. It started 3 years ago, when my dad retired earlier than planned, and money became tight.
It never stopped being tight. I tapped Cancel Recurring Payment. Confirmation screen. Are you sure? Yes. Then I opened my contacts and blocked my mother's number. I didn't announce it. I didn't argue. I simply removed access. The group chat notification stayed unread. That night, my daughter's fever dropped slightly. A nurse told me that was a good sign. I held on to that like oxygen. The next morning, my phone vibrated again and again. Dad. 6 missed calls in 2 hours. I silenced it. By the 7th call, I stepped into the hallway outside the ICU. The fluorescent lights there felt even harsher than inside. I answered. What is going on? My father demanded without greeting. Good morning, I said. You canceled the transfer. We were counting on that. I'm in the ICU with my daughter, I replied. There was a pause, short and awkward. We saw the message, he said carefully, but your brother's payment is due. It's embarrassing to back out now. Embarrassing. I leaned against the wall. Do you know how high her fever got? I asked. Silence. Do you know what the doctor said could happen if it didn't break? He sighed sharply. Don't twist this. I'm not twisting anything. Another pause. You've always done well, he continued. You can afford it. That's not the point. Then I chose my words slowly. The point is that my child is in critical care, and the first thing Mom asked me for was money for a honeymoon. That's different, he said quickly. That's your brother's future. And this, I said quietly, is my daughter's present. The hallway felt smaller. We didn't realize it was that serious, he muttered. I told you it was ICU. He didn't respond to that. Instead, he changed direction. So what, you're cutting us off after everything we've done? I thought about that, about the loans I repaid myself, about the way my success was always described as lucky timing, about how my achievements had slowly become a shared resource. I'm redirecting my resources, I said. To what? I looked through the glass window at my daughter's bed, to the person who depends on me. He went quiet. When he spoke again, his voice had lost its sharpness. She's going to be okay. We don't know yet. Another silence, longer this time. We can't cover the mortgage without that transfer, he said finally. You'll have to adjust. No, I replied. It's focus. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't accuse. I won't talk about money again while she's here, I added. If you want updates about her, I'll send them. But the transfers are done. He breathed in slowly, as if understanding something he hadn't expected. Your mother's upset, he said. I'm not surprised. Neither of us mentioned the honeymoon again. When I hung up, my hands were steady. Inside the ICU room, my daughter moved slightly. A nurse smiled at me. "Temperature's holding," she said. I sat down again beside the bed and placed my hand near hers, careful not to disturb the tubes. My phone buzzed once more. A message from my mother this time, sent through another app. "We'll talk about this later." Maybe we would. Maybe we wouldn't. The machine beside my daughter kept its steady rhythm. For the first time in a long time, my priorities felt clear. Approval can wait. Recovery can't.